That's a Roy Buchanan chord. I still have from Roy Buchanan.
Nice.
Hi, Ken.
I didn't. I don't know any Roy Buchanan chords.
You do now.
Yeah. Well, I just learned one from you. Where are we?
We're in the warm Boseum of the Reverend lair in Toledo, Ohio.
The Circle R Ranch.
The Circle R Ranch, in other words.
Yeah. It's toasty warm in here today.
It is. I
Yeah.
can dig it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of brisk outside.
Yeah, we're combating the outdoor weather. Why are we here today?
Well, we have come up, I believe, with a delicious unification of guitar manufacturing and guitar wielding in the manifestation of this glorious Reverend guitar, which, are we calling it the Gristlemaster?
The Gristlemaster.
That's right. You know why? Because Gristle's kind of my thing. I don't know why that is, but we don't ask sometimes when our moniker gets bestowed. We just take it.
What's the pedal called?
The Gristle King.
What are the pickups called?
The Gristle Tone.
What's the guitar called?
The Gristlemaster. There's symbiosis. I can dig it. You know what we did?
What did we do?
We started talking. You said, hey, big fella, what if we did something together? And I said, hey, Ken, what if we did something together? And then we started talking, and I had that East Sider with my pickups in it. Mm-hmm. And I thought, boy, that's a sexy sounding guitar. Mm-hmm. What if we did a little tweakage? And my thing is, because we're big fellas, if we're honest. Mm-hmm. You're 6'6", right? 6'7"?
Yeah,
We're
6'6".
We're at that neck of the wood.
Yeah.
And every time we play a guitar of this kind, let's call it a T-style guitar.
Sure, let's do that.
People say, what is that, some kind of a ukulele? Is that a mandolin? And I say, no. What are you, a Lilliputian? Yeah. What is this name calling?
Do you play basketball?
Exactly.
No, do you play miniature golf?
I say, are you a jockey? That's what I say.
Nice. I go with miniature golf. You go with jockey. I like that.
Yeah. Either one.
Yeah. We don't have to edit that. We're leaving that in.
We're going to leave that in.
Yeah, we're leaving that in.
You know why? Because we've had to deal with this kind of talk.
We have.
All right.
Yeah.
So this guitar is slightly larger. The body is slightly larger.
It is.
It's somewhere between 1% and 2%, maybe.
Maybe 2 and 3% even.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
We're going to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
All we know is that it's not too large that it can't fit in a regular case.
That's
or
true.
all that other kind of stuff.
Right.
It's not so large that it's going to dissuade the Lilliputian from brandishing this guitar and rocking like a warlord of the night. However, it does give the visual presentation to the larger fellow being more proportionate.
Indeed.
To the Sasquatchian individual.
Mm-hmm. Sasquatchian.
Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
Indeed. And then we were talking.
We were talking.
And we thought, as long as we got a larger body, of course we've got that Carina body, it looks magnifico. We thought, Joe Naylor actually thought.
Joe Naylor.
He saw that guitar I was playing with that Firebird body with the Telecaster neck with Telecaster controls. He said, hey, big fella, what if we did the raised middle section? And I said, that sounds chocolatey and robust. And so he made it so. And then, of course, the pickguard fits in right, Jim Crack and dandy. And first we were going to do a black, white, black or something like that. And I thought, no, just a single parchment pickguard. That's my thing. That's my jam. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we've got, I wanted the brass 3-barrel type of, but intonated.
Right. Our friends at Wilkinson were more than happy to oblige.
Indeed. And it's a fine bridge. I just find that, again, this might be the thing like with the paint, that maybe it's lore. But I happen to think that the brass 3 thingamabob bridge just has a little bit more twang. Like what I did the thingamabob, that's a technical term, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get too befuddled by that.
Yeah.
I think it's just got a little bit more twang. It does, obviously intonation with the 6. Why can't I think of the word 6-thing bridge? What is the thing?
Saddles?
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm a professional.
It's morning. I need more caffeine. But yes, 6 saddle bridges. They sound great. And of course, they intonate great, but there's just something about this bridge that gives it a little bit more hectic.
Well, there's that little pop of brass too that's fun, right?
Yeah,
right. Draws your eye.
It does.
It does. So does the roasted maple neck.
Roasted.
Draws your eye. Yeah. Roasted.
And there's a little bit more girth on this neck than the average.
Just slightly.
Just slightly.
Just slightly.
Again, nothing to dissuade.
Right. But for the claws.
For the more robustly proportioned individual, it's a little bit more homey, shall we say. And it's a compound radius neck. Mm-hmm. What do we got? 9 to
10, 14.
10 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. It's comfy, whatever it is. I dig it. And of course, it's got the locking tuners. I haven't had locking tuners on a guitar in quite some time, and let me tell you, that makes changing strings fantastic. And of course, it keeps the guitar in tune. Yeah. Better anyways, because I like to bend them strings. I like to bend them like some kind of Sasquatch in heat. You know what I mean?
Instant string changes.
Pow.
Yeah. Done. For when you're doing it in hotel rooms.
That's right.
Backstage.
Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eating Snickers bars, as we talked about.
This solid carina body is strategically chambered underneath of the pick guard, what we like to call the stash and go, as it were. The stash and go.
We're not telling people what to stash or how to stash it. We're just
No, if
providing.
you got a special present for your wife for Christmas or her birthday,
Yes.
You can hide it
I like
in there.
a clandestine chamber of doom.
But the thinner wings and the strategically placed chamber add to the resonance.
Yes.
Indeed. And then your Fishman pickups. I mean, we can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we.
But as I look at this, I would be remiss if I did not point out the fact that we have the transparent top and the opaque back and side.
That's true.
With that sexy binding just on the top. And that is, I wanted to call it Blucifer, but that was maybe a little too frightening.
It still might be Blucifer. You know what? We're going to call it Blucifer.
We are indeed.
I'm not sure what the website's going to say, but we're going to call it Blucifer.
All right, fair enough. And then this is...
Satan Yellow?
Yes. Yes. That looks beautiful. And again, the top is transparent. Almost got that, as we were talking, kind of a TV yellow looking thing.
Explain your pickups.
Okay, here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, creatures of the night. I started working with Fishman about 6 years ago on developing these pickups. They had this technology. Now, ergonomically what they do is, well, there's no 60 cycle hum, which of course is key. My basic thing of what I've always been looking for a pickup is something that looks like a regular single coil, really sounds like a regular single coil, and then has some kind of incremental ability to just give you a little bit of a boost. Not something as extreme as like a Clapton preamp or something like that where it's 24 dB. This is more, I don't know, maybe 1, 2-ish, 3 dB. And so Fishman had this new technology. There was a, I'm going to say a rocket scientist because it just sounds funny. Well, actually, he worked for the aerospace industry, and he had these very, very thin, wafer thin circuit boards that he thought, you know what you could do is you could actually print a coil on these circuit boards and then stack those up instead of windings around magnets. So it still functions as a pickup, like magnets and windings, except the windings are this stack of circuit boards, which allows you to then voice it any way that you want. So there is a preamp on board because that coil by itself is kind of anemic. It's just kind of a blank canvas. It doesn't make a whole lot of noise, doesn't have a whole lot of tone, but it can be anything you want it to be. So we were able to voice 2 different voicings in this particular set, which is engaged by this little button that you see between the volume and the tone. And what it does is we say it goes between like a white guard telly and a black guard telly, but for just in terms of demonstration, one is a little brighter, more open sounding. And this one's just a little bit more mid, a little bit more push. Now that changed the voicing for both pickups at the same time. I wanted to do that because I wanted to make sure that the tone controls functioned as they would on a regular Telecaster. That's why we went with, because on the other Fluence pickups that Fishman developed, the voice changing would always be done via a push-pull pot on the tone control, but I wanted to make sure that there was no impediment to usual tone control Telecaster skullduggery.
Right, and you grab the tone control all the time, so a push-pull pot
would not make sense.
Yeah.
So Larry Fishman, who's a smart cat, said, hey, I got this push-push button. We can put that right in between the volume and the tone.
And you don't break the law by having an additional switch or an additional control on this control plate.
It's very
This
sleek.
control plate is made for a pickup selector and 2 knobs only.
That's correct.
Period.
That is correct.
Okay. I just want to be clear.
And we should point out that the input jack, because...
Wait, there's no battery case? There's no 9-volt battery? There's no battery box?
Indeed not.
How is that possible, Greg? Please tell us.
Well, I will, indeed. Okay. There is a lithium-ion battery inside this chamber. And in order to power it, where the input jack is, there's also a little mini USB input where you plug in your phone charger, ladies and gentlemen. And for about an hour and a half charge, you get 300 hours.
300 hours, yes. 300.
300 hours
yeah.
of plugged-in playing time. So it's not, the clock isn't ticking as soon as you charge it up. It's plugged in playing time. So if you have a gig that lasts longer than 300 hours, perhaps a fierce renegotiation with your representation is at hand, because that is just not reasonable. So I change strings after every 3 gigs-ish anyway. So typically I just, hey, I got a gig, I got some gigs coming up. I'm just going to, overnight I just kind of plug it in and forget about it and just top it off. I've been using these pickups for 6 years now. I've never run out of power. Because people will say, well, what happens if you run out of juice?
Interestingly, we have never plugged one in.
See? That's how long.
These are.
Yeah. 300 hours is a long-ass time.
It is.
And so there's a little, when you plug in your cable, it will start flashing if you have 5 hours left.
Oh, interesting.
So that gives you a little heads up of, hey, Broseph, you better plug it back in.
All of that information is on our website at www.reverendguitars.com/Gristlemaster.
Gristlemaster!
I don't think that's true. But you can find all that information on the website. And our friends at Fishman have been gracious enough to provide us with the charging cables, which we are then providing you with the instruments.
So when it comes,
so that isn't a thing.
All the accoutrements will be at hand.
Ready to go.
And people sometimes ask Ken what this thing is for, and it's just cosmetic. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, as opposed to just having an open route there.
Yes.
I think it adds a little something.
It's a little
It adds a little pop of flavor.
Yes, it does indeed.
I can dig it.
It's just cool.
Man, we've talked enough.
Well, let's just show one other color, because we have the 3 colors manifest right here. We've got the blue, we've got the yellow, and we've got the party red.
They're all here.
I just screamed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a little excited. Rock and roll will do that to a person. Take them away on a flotilla of feelings. All right, folks. There you have it. I'm so excited about this. It's being deployed in January of 2019.
It is.
And forevermore will be deployed. And it's gonna be a fun ride. Can you dig it?
I can dig it.
I'm ready. I've been playing this one nonstop. I've got a Bluesford at home, and I can't wait to get my hands on these other rascals. So there you have it.
There you have it.
Take it easy, but take it. All 3.